The Studio Electronics SE-1X. Whack it on. So as you can see, this one's using a very old firmware, version 0.75. Now, Studio Electronics are based in California. They started out in 1981, where they used to just sell spare parts for synthesizers. Then after a while, they started racking people's own personal synthesizers in a rack. So they'd take apart people's synthesizers and put them in a rack format. Now by 1993 they released an SE-1, so forget the X, it was an SE-1 was their first release in 1993, which was basically the same as this, and it was basically a mini Moog in a rack unit. What was quite amazing about this in 1993 is most production of analog synths had finished by 1984. So by 1984 digital had took over, like say the Yamaha DX7, and no one wanted analog synths anymore. So nearly 10 years went past and companies wouldn't make analog synths anymore because they just claimed they were too expensive to produce. But then Studio Electronics came out with a SE-1. So the SE-1 was very popular, especially in hip hop, with artists like Dr. Dre. You'll hear it, it's all over his music. 7 years later, Studio Electronics announced the SE-1X, which is this model here. The only difference between the SE-1X and the SE-1 is they improved all the MIDI on this model. They fancied up all the faceplate, all the graphics and what have you. And the envelopes they made more snappy. But when I say snappy, the SE-1 always had very slow envelopes. That was a complaint about it. So they made them faster in the SE-1X. However, even the SE-1X, they were still pretty slow. But anyway, this was a monster of a synth. Had 3 oscillators, 2 filters. It had a Moog ladder filter. When your light's on, you've got a Moog ladder filter. If you press that, you had an Oberheim 12 dB filter. And if you went to the menu, as you can see, it's a low pass. It's a low pass filter, but you could change it to a band pass, low pass. So on the Oberheim 12 dB filter, you could have a low pass or a high pass, or you just press this so it lights up and you get the classic 24 dB Moog ladder filter. Now, I got this synth. So this synth was built in 2000. That's when they started building this one. I didn't buy this until second hand on eBay in 2011. So I'm not quite sure how old this one is in front of me. It could have been built any time from 2000 to 2011. But we may be able to find out about that a bit later when I open it up. This is a great sounding synth. The only thing what I was disappointed with when I bought it, and you could call it an Achilles heel, is it doesn't have an oscillator mixer on the front panel. So there's your 3 oscillators. I would have liked a mixer on the front to alter the volume of each one of these. And the only way you can do that is the menu dive. So you basically have to press Shift, Alt Shift, then go through pages. There you go until you find the audio mixer. Then from there, you're using these arrows to go up and down, and turning this to alter the volume of each oscillator, which it's just tedious, and it's no good. You need something hands-on straight away, you know what I mean? You need the hands-on straight away to adjust the volume. Menu diving's no good, so it just sucked out the whole fun of using this synth altogether, to the stage where I just didn't bother using it. But in the last month, Studio of Electronics in 2021 have announced the release of an SE-3X. Now the SE-3X, you can now, by holding down shift, the pulse width ends up being the oscillator mixer, so you can get it straight away from the front panel. Now luckily, you can buy the ROM chip with the firmware that powers the SE-3. You can buy it from Studio Electronics and just swap the chip over in this one. So this one ends up running exactly the same as the SE-1X 3. And I think from what I gather, the only difference is where the SE-1X has 2 filter models, the new one has 4 filter models, but we won't worry about that. So I'm just waiting now, because today FedEx is supposed to be dropping off one of these ROM chips. So we'll come back later, I'll whip it open, we'll see what's going on inside, see if it's all through hole. I'm pretty sure it is all through hole. There might be some dates on the PCB or somewhere along the line to see when this one was actually made, and we'll put the new chip in and see if we can get the oscillator mixer from the front panel. So see you soon. The ROM chips turned up for FedEx dropped it off, so we're happy with that. I've took the SE-1X out of the rack, put it on a towel because I want to scratch the wife's table. What I did notice is if I just whip it round, yeah, what I forgot to mention is that on the back of this, the SE-1X had an external in and all. The SE-1 didn't have that. It's something you could upgrade on it, but it didn't have it. But, we'll open it up and see what's inside it. I haven't got all these, I haven't got like camera stands and all that. I'm not doing this. I assume I'll just do all these off, and be interesting to see what's inside this. Maybe you'll have like a board's pair oscillator and all that lark. I would expect you would have, but we're going to have 2 boards for the filter, or are they all going to be on one board? It'll be interesting to see. I'll get all these off. Hopefully it will just whip off. I hope this is how we get it with there, and you don't have to start pulling all the pots off the front, all the knobs, that will you piss about. Right. The way I'm having to tug at the top here, it looks as if I'm going to have to take just this one out the front plate here. Looks as if it may be holding the top of the panel on one here. See what that's like. Oops, there's a third one here I didn't notice as well. Third one there. Yep, straight off. Bingo, straight off. So just the screws at the top and the 3 on the panels got you in there. Haha, now I was hoping to see the firmware chip here, but I can't see it. Can't see the firmware chip unless it's around this side. No, looks as if that's just the control board for the front. So it looks like we'll have to whip this panel off. But just looking at it quick, you can see it's all through hole. You've got a mixture of the old carbon resistors. That's the brownish ones, and then you've got the blue ones, like wire resistors, aren't they? Some nice greeny capacitors there. I've used greenies before. Load of transistors here. The transistor. These could be, looking quick, these could be voltage regulators. I don't know. I'm not going to crack on. I'm some type of expert, but they look like voltage regulators. Yeah, looks quite interesting. But I'll looks like I'm going to have to screw this board. I'll take this ribbon off here. I'll screw these out. I'm going to have to put the camera down for this though. So I'll unscrew all them and then I'll come back. Right, change of plan here. It looks as if to take this board off here, I'm going to have to take these 2 jacks off at the back, so I'll undo these at the back here. And that'll leave me clear to the ribbon. I'll probably not undo the ribbon, I'll probably just fold the board over. So I'll whack these 2 jacks off here. Come off easy enough, haven't I? There we go. So if I take these 2 jacks off, just leave them on top of the board. Hopefully when I unscrew the board now, hopefully it'll just all come free. Lucky these got magnet. Another one off. And where we know, one here. Tight one. Go. Right, there's one there. There's always one somewhere, I don't know what you forget about. Well, from there, I think I'll just try and, I think it's free now. I'll rub my hands on the case of it, in case I've got any static. Right, hopefully it's, take that off. This one off there. Right, this is me stupid doing it with one hand while I'm holding the camera, but aha! So I just, whoa, gently put that over there. Yeah, we're alright there. Now, what's this here? There we go, there's the firmware chip I want to be. Now, ideally, I know, is any dates on here anywhere? So you can say there's an internal battery there. Really, while it's open, I should be changing that, with it being such a, well, I wouldn't say it's a very old synth, but if it was made in 2000 and it's 21 years old now, like you say, I don't know the exact date when it was built. So that's the bad boy there that wants changing. So I have got some of these. You don't have to have these because I've got some of these, you know, these things for pulling chips out. You don't have to have one of these, but it all makes life easier, doesn't it? But there again, it's stupid me trying to do it with one hand while I'm holding the camera. Got hold of the chip there, let's give it a gentle tug. My God, it hasn't been out for some time, has it? It doesn't want to... He really doesn't want to come out, this bad boy. Bloody hell. Yep, he didn't want to come out, did he? But he's out. Bit noisy, but doesn't look as if there's anything damaged. But yeah, he wanted a good tug in, didn't he? See which way he came out, so you see where the dot is on it. So the dot's that side and the dot's this side, so he goes in. Same again, you've got to have all this bang on, haven't you? That's it. Does it all look bang on all over before I start applying any pressure to it? Yeah, looks alright. That's it. There you go. As we say in the UK, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. That one's in. Yeah. But as you can see, it's all through hole. This must be some kind of CPU there, like that must be managing all the what's happening on the display here, I suppose. But I don't really know what anything else in here, like you say, you just see them again. You've got all the old carbon resistors in here. Lots of adjustable resistors, like, you know what I mean. I don't want to start knocking any of them. You get the stage, you know, when things get so old that all these electrolytic capacitors might want changing at some stage when they start bulging. But looking at them, they look alright. But yeah. I'm going to knock the camera off now anyway and put this back together. You don't need me to do any more one-handed bullshit. So I'll see you soon. Right, I'm back and she's racked up. So I'm going to knock the power on now. I mean, there's no instructions with this, so I don't know if there was something you were supposed to do after you've put the chip in or whatever, but I have no idea because there's no instructions. So I'll just put the camera right on the screen here, so for its maiden switch on, we can see exactly what it says. Right. Here we go. That's it. Version 1.00 SE-3X. So that's looking good already. Right. So without further ado here, it's going to be harder with this. It's apparently if I hold down shift and move one of these. Oh, look at that. So I'm holding down shift, I'm turning at the middle pulse width, and the number 2 oscillator volume is adjusting. At the top, let's have a look, that one adjusting. Oh, that's it. That's all I ever wanted. And that. Yeah. So I'm moving that there, holding shift, and oscillator 3 is adjusting. That is absolutely brilliant. This update brings it makes it polyphonic and all, like a 3-voice polyphonic synth, and there's some various new envelopes, but there's some I'll have to get the manual out. I'm not sure about anything else. All I was really bothered about was getting that oscillator mixer on the front panel. Now I've got it. It's like a brand new synth. It's only took 10 years to get it, but I'm happy as a pig in shit.